Greetings, beautiful being. Welcome to Movement Medicine Morsel for today. And we are going to be moving out any stuck heavy energy, and we are going to replace it with lighter, freer, flowing energy. It's all about keeping the energy moving and supple and eliminating obstacles. And that operates on the physical as well as the mental, the emotional, the energetic, all of it. So I'd like to invite you today to begin standing. Now, of course, you can do any of these sessions simply by reclining or sitting and visualizing, or you can sit and modify the movements. Never underestimate the power of visualization, particularly when you are really invested in the visualization. If you really imagine yourself doing the movement beautifully, never with tension, so you don't tense the mind thinking you've got to really concentrate. You concentrate with effortless ease, which is the same way we're doing the movements. So it's a great habit to cultivate. So come and stand with me unless you want to modify. And let's take a moment to feel our feet. Maybe walk in place a little bit. Admire your feet. Roll from side to side. Wake them up. And then plant them where they feel steady and comfortable for you. And imagine that they open up and really drop roots down. Because what happens when we're heavy or compressed or we're stuck, we feel like we're not grounded, we've got no stability, we kind of cringe or collapse in, so we contract, and we usually stop breathing or we do some shallow breathing. So we're going to counteract those things by consciously doing the opposites, starting by grounding. How do we reduce the compression? We elongate and we create suspension. So let's just hold the base of the skull and gently lift it up. You can also think of the roof of the mouth or maybe a magic cord at the top of the head that just draws you out of your base as your base goes down. So there's this dual vector going on, rooting and rising. Now, the shoulders sometimes get confused. They go, oh, we're supposed to go up, right? No, the shoulders actually melt them down. They belong a little bit more to the earth and to the trunk than they do to the sky. So let's just cure them a little bit. Let them have a bit of what they want to do. Inhale up and exhale, sigh it out and let them melt so gently, smoothly, until they just rest on your rib cage. One more like that. Inhale. The neck lengthens upwards, the shoulder girdle melts downwards, and just see how nice that feels. And now the breath. Let's take our hands on our belly and bring the breath down into the depths of our trunk. Inhale through the nose and feel the belly fill with that breath. And exhale out with the old. Make a sound if you like. Ah, and feel your belly drawing naturally inwards. When you need a breath, let it come in. And when it's time to exhale, let it out. Next breath in and out smoothly, but through the nose only. Belly expanding. Exhale through the nose, belly melting. Now soften the knees a little bit, give them a bit of bounce. Keep your vertical alignment, and we're going to begin some gentle shaking. Nothing like shaking to release pent-up energy. Maybe you've been sitting at the computer a long time. Maybe you just got up. Maybe you've been worrying about something and things are pulling in. Shaking is fantastic. Maybe you've got to write a report or a newsletter and you don't know what it's going to be. Shaking can loosen up all those stuck bits so that creativity can flow. Now you can make this very delicate, like a vibration or a micro shake, or you can get quite wild with it and jump around, run around. You can even make sound. Get it out. You can be melodious, or you can be crazy. Let it out. I'm willing to be silly in front of you, so you're in the privacy of your own home, most likely. So just let it go. And see if you can get every part of your body shaking. Your feet, your ankles, keep it loose. Keep that suspension because it keeps you bouncy and springy. Shoulders move, fingers, a little bit of bobblehead. Make some silly faces. And let that gently come down to its own natural completion. And remember, we come back to that home base. Gentle suspension, beautiful rooting, nice, full, smooth breathing. You can place your hands back on your belly if that's a helpful aid for you. And take a few moments, notice how you feel. Did that change something for you? Do you feel a change of temperature? Are there tingles? Do you feel a bit more awake? What do you feel? Maybe something is different. So that moment of placing awareness and listening to what's happening, we often bypass that in our rushing world. So take that moment to see what changed, what's new. And now we often follow the shaking with a bit of rotation. So we'll keep the knees springy and lightly swing the belly button, letting the rest of your body come with it. Arms are empty, just draped like sleeves of a coat. If you've had any neck injuries, you might want to keep the gaze softly forward without locking the neck like I'm doing right now. But you're also free to let the head follow the movement. You can also lift up that back heel and pivot so the movement really sails. And the more you stay suspended, the freer it is. It's when we succumb to this crushing or gravity bringing us down, the vertebrae grind on each other, so it's very hard to move freely. But when we create suspension and spaciousness in our joints, it's a wonderful thing. Maybe the front hand wants to give you a little love pat on the chest and the back hand on the lower back. That's bonus. Feel free and let this also come to its gentle completion. And now a little bit of tapping. We're going to start at the chest and lovingly knocking on, like you're knocking on the door of your friend's house. Hey, can you come out to play? Want to go out for a coffee? Or you want to talk? Or whatever you want to do. Just some playfulness to wake up and reclaim all the parts of your body. One hand on the hip, the other hand in a cup shape. Just patting with love. Maybe you want to go even slower and more gently. Try different tones so you see what's good for you. Come over the side of the neck and the shoulder and make your way down the outside of the arm, relaxing the shoulder, smiling into your beautiful arm, the wrist, the back of the hand. Clap when the palms come together, and then come back up the inside of the arm and make some space, if you can, to get into the underarm. You can even do this by placing the hand and resting it over the top of the head. Open up that side so that you can get in. We don't give our armpits enough love, and they do so much work for us. That sweat is so important for cleansing, and we have a lot of important lymph nodes that protect our upper extremities and our breast and chest area. Okay, let that come to a finish and see, how was that? What's different? Is there more awareness? And let's zip up our energy into a beautiful alignment and once again begin tapping all over and see yourself resilient, beautiful immune system, lovely posture. And coming over the chest and then over that shoulder, maybe a little bit into the neck. And lovingly cupping down the outside of the arm. Appreciate your magnificent body. Back of the hand, the fingers, and then clapping brightly. Give yourself a standing ovation. Come up the inside of the arm. And then you want to also get into that armpit. If you've got a sore shoulder, you can actually lift that hand and just let it drape if that's comfortable. If not, I've got a shelf here. You can put your hand on a shelf, or you can hold the back of your head, or find some creative way to create space here. And really love the side. Open it up. Cup your armpit, the side of your chest wall. And let that gently come to a close and see how that feels. And now from the chest up the throat, thinking of the neck getting longer. Give space in the throat. You can even make sound here, any sound you like, to stimulate your own voice and your ability to speak your truth. And be yourself. Coming up the sides and making a peace sign. So one finger taps in front of the ear and one behind. And then over the shoulders and up the back of the neck. Across the base of the skull. Let's shake that out a little bit. And let's massage our ears. So take your fingers and start to massage all the way around the ear, squeezing, pulling, twisting. Make it feel good. Come around to the ear lobes. You can yawn while you do this. That's really a nice feeling. It's all connected in here. Rub that little flap. And then the next time you come around, bring your index finger pads into all of those lovely crevices and massage around. Give your ears some love. It's said in acupuncture and reflexology that all the points in the body have a corresponding point in the ears. So if you just rub your ears sometimes during the day, that's fantastic. Now, index fingers go gently into the ear holes and massage just a little bit. If you yawn, you'll be able to feel how much those ear openings move. And then a quick pop out. And do that again. Massaging. Quick pop out. I find this one so important because I spend a lot of my day with earbuds in and AirPods, so a lot of things in my ears. So this is a great relief. Let's do this one more time. Pop. See how that feels. And then shake that out. And let's come around the eyes. Eyes are very busy with computers too, so lightly tapping the temples or massaging. And then come around the eye socket, following delicately. We're also cultivating mindfulness. How you touch your body, what your body is feeling when it's being touched, and making choices the whole time. If that feels too intense, make it gentler. Are you feeling any swelling or puffiness? Go more gently. This is also a diagnostic tool and an awareness tool, as well as a methodology to improve circulation in all parts of you, not just physical circulation, blood, etc. like that, but also thoughts. Shake that out, and now rub your hands briskly because our eyes are spending so much time on computers and artificial light. Let's cup our eyes with our warm palms and let those beautiful, precious eyes relax as much as possible and bathe them with your breath. Imagine that you're inhaling into your eyeballs and out through your eyeballs so that they are being bathed with fresh energy, and any old, tired, stagnant, heavy, or tense energy is just releasing out of them. And think of how much you love your eyes. Tell them inside that you love them, how beautiful they are, how precious they are, helping you see the magnificent sights around the faces of your loved ones, the beautiful green of spring. And give them this thank you, this treat. And then very gently draw the hands slowly away, bringing any stuck energy with those hands, and then shake those hands out to release that old energy. And smile softly and gently look around. Does anything look different? Do you feel a bit more refreshed? We often stare with our eyes too, and that's a sympathetic nervous system use of the eyes. It's like sniper eyes. We want to have those soft horse eyes, that soft, blissed out eye where you're receptive, or at least know how to go there in between the times that you need to focus on something, you also need to rest. So now let's cup the chest with some sound, again to free the lungs and deepen the breath. Ah, let out any old emotions. Ah. And let's come around to the kidneys and give the kidneys some expression too. Ooh, any sound you like. Ah, yeah, 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 oh. And then rub those kidneys. Keep them supple and warm. Come around and cup through the rib cage and the whole abdominal region. And no, do not suck your belly in. Let your belly be your belly. Love yourself as you are. Drop all that stuff that says, oh, when I'm this, then I'll love myself. When I have this, when I don't have that, that's when I'll really be perfect. Forget it. Love yourself now. It's radical. It's a radical thing to do. And I heartily recommend it, or at least making the effort. Sometimes easier said than done, but worth it nonetheless. Come into the low belly and through the hips and the groin area. Maybe you want to go softer here, into the pubic region, into the perineum, and then coming down the insides of the legs with an upward paddling motion. And only bend over as far as is comfortable for you. The rest can be done with visualization. If it's comfortable for you to bend over, you can bend over, but remember, we don't go into discomfort in these practices. Lean to the outsides of the feet and cup the inner arches. Put the feet down, cup the toes, either in your mind alone or with the movements. Lean to the insides of your feet and cup the outer edges and arches. Get behind the ankles. Come up the outsides of the legs. Coming up, coming up, coming up. And then wiggle your hips. You can start slower and then let it speed up so that you don't have to think about it. You're just shimmying. And then give your buttocks a little extra love. Those are big, strong muscles. We want to make sure that they're happy. Let this gently slow down. Slow down. Find your vertical alignment. Bring the hands to the front. And fold your hands. Cup your belly or your navel, whatever's comfortable for you. Feel your feet drop into the earth, the crown of your head rise to the sky. Notice how you feel now. What's your self-image now? Is it any different than before this little session began? And we'll finish with a gentle flow between heaven and earth. So cupping the hands, On the inhalation, the knees straighten, the hands reach out. I'll show you one of my hands so you can see the stretch of the fingers. Exhaling, the knees soften, the elbows bend. Inhaling, we reach up to the sky and we really stretch ourselves. And exhaling, we bring a beautiful line of energy all the way down, fingertips pointing down to the ground. Take another breath if you like. Turn the backs of the hands together. On the next inhalation, draw the energy up the center line of the body. At the heart, bend the knees, and then exhale, release anything you no longer need, like confetti you're throwing up to the heavens. Inhale, bring the palms together, turn them away, and exhale, paint a beautiful radiant halo of light, a sphere of light around yourself, and swish. And one more variation. Inhale, gather the energy of the earth, open up wide. Exhale, relax. Inhale, palms together, stretch yourself. Feel the earth below, touch the sky and be touched by earth and sky. And exhale, bring the energy to rest at the center of the heart with love. Breathe here. And then bring the hands down, slide them down to the lower belly, and feel yourself in your vertical alignment. Breath deep in the body, flowing smoothly. Soles of the feet connecting to the earth element for stability. Whole spine and the crown of the head elongated upwards for the feeling of suspension and expansion. And a soft smile. Always keeping the pilot light of joy lit. And choosing joy, choosing ease, choosing connecting to your resources. And I thank you for your wonderful attention today and coming out to participate. It means so much to me, and I hope it helps you through these challenging times so that we stay buoyant and we stay connected, and we know that we can face elegantly with grace and with good responses whatever gets thrown our way. We are definitely in this together. So thank you, beautiful Movement Medicine Morsel community, and love you all. We'll see you next time. Many blessings.